One of the most common types of sources you'll use in academic research in high school and college is the article, the magazine or the journal article. These appear in publications all over every year around the world. And for research purposes, um, libraries, high school libraries, and college libraries pay for databases that bring all this together so that you can search for specific articles on specific topics. And there are a number of these databases, such as EBSCOhost, ProQuest, Gale, Cengage. And today we're going to look at Gale Cengage. In order to get to our Gale Cengage interface, don't just Google it. Actually go to our high school library because you need to get the right interface for our students, and scroll down from the top to our subscription services that we pay for. And you'll find the Gale database. Click on the icon, and it's going to bring you to a interface that has all the databases that Gale offers, which we pay for. The one that I would recommend that you go for is the General 1 file. You can try out, if you're doing a science one, the science or the medical, but let's go with the General 1 file. When you log in there, the first time you do it, it's going to ask for the passcode. It didn't ask for my passcode because I've been there all day, but you will need to get that from the document that I attached to the assignment in Google Classroom for WebPath Express, where I included all the logins for our databases, our high school databases. Once you've logged in, it'll bring you to the page that we see here. One of the other things I'd have you do is log into Google here. It shows me logged in. Again, I've already linked my account, so it automatically logs me in every time. But click on that. It's going to ask for permission to link your account. By doing that, that allows you, when you find an article that you really want to keep, it allows you to save that article directly to your Google Drive. And I'll show you how that works here in a little bit. The search engine here, this is a basic search engine like you would see Google or Yahoo or Bing or one of those. I want to focus on the advanced search and show you what an advanced search does for you. These you also, at least in my experience, see more in college, where you have multiple search bars and that you can tailor them to do specific things for you. You have qualifiers here where it will search for words in different places or different types of information. You also have limiters and words that allow you to tailor what it does with those. Maybe you want it to search for two things together and always appear together in the same document. Or maybe you'll take either one. Or maybe you're getting something you really don't want and you want to cut those results out that have that element. This is where you can do that, and it makes it very powerful. So let's say that I am researching the witch trials in Europe. So let's just do a basic search of the witch trials. Let's see what we get. We get a lot of results. We get almost 4,000 results. We have magazine articles, we have academic journals, we have books, newspaper articles, and a video. And there's almost 4,000 results there, which isn't necessarily bad. That can be overwhelming. So sometimes you want to just cull it down or focus your research. In this case, as I scroll down, I see this one's about Salem. This one's about Salem. This one's about Nathaniel Hawthorne, whose ancestor was a judge in the Salem witch trials, and he was very ashamed of that. In fact, he changed his name, the spelling of his name, to not be associated as closely with that. This one's about conflict in the Middle East, Salem witch trials. This one Gareth Stevens, Events That Shaped America. That's going to be about the Salem witch trials. Salem witch trials. The problem is, and there are a few other topics there. Um, Salem is a very big focus when it comes to discussing and researching witch trials. But that's not what I'm researching, and that creates an issue for me that the advanced search can can fix. So I might say the Salem witch trials. Um, I remember that we discussed that James the First was very interested in hunting out witches. This was Shakespeare's king. He believed they were out to get him, that they had tried to kill him, and he even published a novel called Demonology about how to uh, spot witches and interrogate witches and those things. And of course, I really don't want to be looking at Salem, Massachusetts. So I'm going to tell it that I don't want anything that talks about Salem in the basic search. You also can do some other little tweaks there to tweak your results. Now, you come up with much more focused results. 5 magazines, 17 academic journals, 3 news articles from newspapers. And you have here it tells you what kind of article this is. This is a book review. This is a book review. It does give the full text, which means you can see the full thing. Um, Bibliography, full text article. So you can click on academic journals, which is a good way of really making sure that you're getting things that are a little more relevant. Um, you have an essay, a critical essay, uh, more critical essay, another book review. These are all things that are much more closely related to um, what we want. You'll also notice there's a reading level here. This is a more complicated text. It is very long with the word count. You don't want to go with the shortest word count. If it says brief essay or brief book review, you probably want to steer away from that because it's not going to give you as much in the way of detail as you want. Once you think that you have found an article that you want, you can click on it, and a long article like this is going to have an abstract, and then it's going to have the full text of the article. Also gives you all the citation information you need. However, if that's not clear to you, you can always click on Citation Tools. You want to make sure it's MLA 8th edition, and it will give you the citation in a reasonably correct format. Most of the time it's correct. There are other citation forms, APA and Chicago. You want to make sure you're on MLA. Okay, so let's say you want this article. Send it to your Google Drive over here. This is where it saves it. The document has been sent to Google Drive and will appear shortly. What it does is it actually puts that into a Google Doc that you can then read at your leisure, access, highlight, make notes on, and certainly you can do some of those things here as well. But it gives you that document, and that way when you leave this database, you don't have to go back and try to locate this article again if you need to get to it. So, I've sent it to Google Drive. Let's take a moment here, and let's access my Google Drive. And when you go to look for the article, I would click on Recent. That's the easiest way to find what you're looking for. And then you can click on the document. It's going to be the most recent document that you have saved. And there it is. Ready for you to interact with, ready for you to go through at your leisure. ready for you to print out, although this one's 44 pages, so I wouldn't print something that long. Uh, but it allows you to get back to that document very easily. And once you have found your document that you want to take notes on, that you want to utilize, remember we do have the journal article note sheets that I make you complete over each of your articles that you read. And it is very important that you do that. It's very important you complete it fully, getting direct quotes and making notes and recording the citation information. If you have any problems while you're not in class, I will be happy to respond to email or help you in any way I can. You can always email me or you can consult this video again.